Hi guys, what's up? So I've been working on the survival world for a while and I haven't been recording any and I was like, I really should probably record, because I do all this work, so I might as well record it. So I guess I'm gonna start a new series building with Grubby, and just kind of go through building this whole survival world and just kind of, basically documenting it and getting you guys' opinion and maybe things that you guys want to maybe throw in or any ideas that you guys have that we can put in the world. So without further ado, I'm going to give you guys a quick world tour of just kind of what I've built so far. It's not a lot, but I have gotten like a lot of gear already. I mean, you can kind of see I have a lot of gear already. So without further ado though, I'm gonna give you guys a quick world tour of everything. So starting off, we got my starter house. This was actually the first house that I had built here. And it's pretty nice, it works. All the villagers for some reason find that this is kind of the hub area to hang out at. But if you come in here, we got a little kitchen that I store, most of my food in. Got a lot of eggs. My eggs have been producing a lot. I got my smokers. I added a couple looms in just to kind of make it look like a stovetop, or like not really a stovetop. I guess it's kind of like a countertop. There's a couple of knick-knack things. Come down to the bottom. This is kind of my storage room. So like I got all the stuff that I've collected. That would be wood and whatnot. This is kind of some stone. All my armor and whatnot. A bunch of different just random stuff, but yeah, for the most part it's all somewhat organized, I guess. Yeah, for the most part it's somewhat organized. And there's all that stuff, but I'm very happy with it. I think that this is definitely like my first like kind of build like this. I mean, I build like this all the time with the medieval type look, but this is kind of the first time that I built a house like this as far as a starter. Typically, I don't like add the raise to it. I just build my basement in the ground. Look at all these villagers. I don't know why they like hanging out around here, but they just do. But anyways, so from this house, I built the barn here that we have, and I had it full of sheep and cows at one time, but then I decided that it was too many, so I ended up moving the sheep, and I'll show you guys here in a minute where I moved them to. And then we got the donkey. So, and then I built these little farms right here. This one, I believe, is like potatoes. Oh yeah, I got a farm right here. I think it's potatoes. And I built this one as well, and it's like a sweet berry farm. And then I moved to over here where I built this little building thing. Half of it's on top, bottom of the ground. I typically always build a library, but I wanted to build something different this time. So I built a little library in the ground. Store my books over here, and then I keep, my lapis on this side. Always put a bed in here. There's really not much in here besides some books and like obviously some armor and crap that I collected. And then I built this house over here, which was kind of a new design house that I was going for just to see what I could build. And I don't know if I've done the interior in here yet. Oh yeah, I must add. I guess I did. I did do the interior. Yeah, so it's okay. I'm happy with it. I mean, it's not like the best house ever, but it's all right. And then from this house, I started moving back this way. So right here we have my chicken coop. I think there's like 16 chickens in here. So when every single one lays, I get one row of eggs because they can stack in 16. And then from here, we moved down to when I started building stuff for the villagers. So I wanted to build nothing really complicated with their houses because obviously this is a farming area and maybe they're not like, too rich or whatever. And, this is kind of what I'm going for. We have a little field here. It's a wheat field for the most part. Typically the villagers sometimes, like, as you can see, there's like stuff laying around. Like they don't always... I mean, he's spreading the seed, which I'm not really complaining about, but they're very messy with what they do. It's not very, as you can see. So I built these little houses, kind of added some wood out here to kind of make it look like there's some like logs for like a fire and whatnot. So all the interiors except this one I think are done. Like I said, we got the little campfires that I set out and like put out, kind of make it look. I wish I could get rid of like this, the little black spot underneath it and make it look more like logs, but you know, it is what it is. Then we got the inside in here, nothing really too fancy. I didn't really go like out of my way to build the inside. This is one of the custom trees I built. I'm probably going to rebuild this one truthfully because I started building a new design, which are these down here, and I really like those a lot. I think that they look awesome. And then we come in here and we got a little... Are you good, my guy? Are you feeling all right? You good? We got a little square area here with a well and kind of like a guy's been sitting here working, you know, like smelting stuff and just working on tools and whatnot. And they're kind of the same thing with the houses, you know, it's kind of the same design for this one and that one. And then this one's kind of just a little higher, just same kind of inside. Already got a guy sleeping in there. Sorry about that. And then coming down here, we have a nice little fishing house. Nothing really too fancy, like I said. I kind of wanted to make it where these guys aren't like super rich, but they also aren't poor. They kind of just live off their crops and ship them to the bigger cities, which we will eventually build. It's currently getting night, so I'm going to take a nap and then continue with the rest of the tour in the morning. Ah, what a beautiful day. Anyways, back to the tour. So, going up here, we have this building. My idea with this building, which it didn't wind up working out this way, unfortunately, was to do basically a villager trading post thing. And I had a villager in there at one time, and then I had like different villagers. Like one was a cleric here, one was a cartography, one was a like a guy who sold fish, and then I also have my mending villager in here. But I wound up not doing that and just kind of left it as a training hall. Also, I have yet to remove this and move it, but my nether portal's down here. I gotta remove that and build something a little bit cooler than what we have, and maybe that'll be something that we work on together. Maybe you guys can give me some ideas for that. So, moving on down to the rest of the village. Got a nice little area where they kind of store some of their hay underneath the shed. Right here is actually, this was actually where I moved all the sheep. Just because there's so many of them. And I change their wool every so often just to kind of collect it. Right now I'm slowly going with the gray so that I can use this for cells when I get ready to build boats. So that's that. And then from here we move on to the farmland. And these are the trees that I'm talking about. So right here we have a carrot field. And these trees I absolutely love. I love the fact that I can walk underneath them and kind of look up in there and see the branches and whatnot. And they're actually very easy to build. And I may or may not, if you guys want me to, give a tutorial on how to build them. They're not that difficult actually. I've always had a horrible time at building trees, and like that's literally how all my trees look. Except I can build pretty nice big trees, but always with these little ones I struggle with. And so I decided, I was like, well, I need to have more of a round top to the trees. So that's what I started doing, building more round tops. And I think they turned out great. This was my first one. And obviously, like, I left this side open, and I done that one, I think is the second one. Yeah, that one, I think. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to, like, cover the whole thing. And I was like, I'll come back to this. And I was like, nah, I don't think I'm going to come back to this. I think I'm going to leave it open. And I added glowberries in here to lighten it up a little bit so that mobs won't spawn. So, yeah, I really like these trees a lot. And like I said, if you guys want me to, just comment down below. And if you want a tutorial on how to build these trees, I'll show you guys. I'm sure I'll probably wind up doing a video anyways on how to build them, just because that's just something I'm building right now. And there's going to be a bunch of these trees around here. And then moving on down this way, I'm trying to add in a wheat field currently, but It takes a while. I have an automatic seed harvester that I'll show you guys here in just a second. It's a seed and flowers. It's mainly made for flowers, but it also, you can get a lot of seeds from it. But yeah, so this building is a vineyard building, and I actually was going to add in, like, I have some of these gooseberries back here, but I'm also going to add in, like, right in here and maybe on the other side, like on this side next to the river, add in acacia, like, flowers and whatnot, and make it look like there's a vineyard on this side. So kind of add in that whole, aesthetic look to it. So if we come in here, first we got my cat Peppers. Dude's just chilling. It's just a nice, I added buttons on the barrels just to kind of make it look like, it does at a vineyard. And just add a little area, use the pots for like cups, and kind of just like it's a spot where to chill and like drink wine and just kind of hang out. Down here we have the cellar, and the cellar added in these big copper tanks, and obviously some of them are starting to change colors, which I got to get some wax to start like, keeping the same. And even if they do change, I'm gonna let them change and just kind of like see what it looks like. I might like it, having a little bit of color like that to it. But then I just added a bunch of sweet berries in there. So that's basically that. Also, I kind of started changing the river. I built a little river around here and changed it to make it look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. And I kind of like the fact that you have a nice little river here that's like, has like little boulders and stuff. And then you have the nice little vineyard right there. Oh my God, he is back harvesting stuff again, and he's leaving stuff everywhere. Okay, so this is my automatic flower seed harvester. So the way that it works is that you have these pistons, and the pistons shift back and forth with the dirt, so it breaks what's on top. And down below here, I mean, you can kind of see the run of the redstone. I got it off of YouTube. There's plenty of them that you can find. I forgot who I got this one from. But anyways, you have a dispenser down here with some bone meal in it. And then all you do is you flip the switch. Very loud and very noisy, but the bone meal dispenses the bone meal onto the grass, and then when it shifts it breaks, and then you can pick up all the stuff. And I got a whole bunch of flowers and 6 seeds just from just a few seconds of it running, and 5 bone meals. So yeah, that's the world so far. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys feel like subscribing, please subscribe, and I'll be coming out with more videos. Hopefully one right after this one that we'll be working on extending more of the farmland and trying to make it look a little bit better. So if you would please like and subscribe, and I appreciate you guys watching. Bye.